It's about 9 a.m. in our African village, and early this morning we are heading to the gardens where we are going to be collecting corn which has dried. We use this corn to prepare flour that we use to make porridge, flour that we use to make posho, and also when the maize is partially processed, we can get feeds for different animals, especially the pigs. We get their feeds from this maize. So we are harvesting maize, corn, and this is it. This is what I've forgotten, and the other guys are getting more. Corn. Let me show you the corn that we are harvesting from our garden. Let me get it from this, and this is it. This is the corn that we are harvesting today from our garden. You can see the land has been fertile and the fruits are good. In every African village, division of labor is paramount. The girls are in charge of collecting the maize that has been gotten from the garden and packing it in sacks, while the boys go into the bushes to get this maize. And the boys also, they are in charge of carrying the maize back home, because for them they are a little bit more energetic than the girls. So they tie up this maize and they put it on their shoulders back home. It's time to head back home, and this reminds me of the Great Trek. Those of you who did some African history, you remember the Ngoni migration, the Bantu migration. Sort of looks like this is some kind of migration where people are moving from one place to another, but lol, we are just moving from our gardens back home. And in those migrations, people had different reasons as to why they were migrating. Some were migrating to find fertile soils, good water, etc., to run away from diseases. But for our great trek from the garden to home, we migrated in search for sugar canes. And the little children who were working in the garden could not miss this great opportunity of getting sugar canes. African village life is really, really interesting. It's a place where you be and you feel like, yeah, now this is life. Now I am living life. Now this feels organic, this feels so natural, and it helps you connect with Mother Earth. You get? So it's so natural, and the little children had to cool off. As you can see right here, they utilize stream water to cool off, to wash their sugar canes. It's part of relaxing, just like I told you about the migration bit. Those guys who used to migrate long ago, they used to have stopovers. And in case they found something good in a particular stopover, some would make that their new home, while others would just continue moving in search for better places. Kinda similar to this. Me being the old one, I had to make sure that they don't get in trouble, they don't get bit by snakes and stuff like that. So they got their things back on the head, because some were carrying the maize we had harvested, and we had to head home. Maize to the processing factory, we dry it and we keep it in stacks. So This is the maize we got, and there is more maize we haven't even dried because we are literally resting. We are taking these things somewhere. You can see, but they are heavy, and the kasana is hot, very hot. We have been walking from all the other side, and we're still continuing to walk with this luggage. Village things. We are resting here. We are still continuing, but our staff are here. We are taking them to my grandma's place because they have a function. Oh, I'm very tired. Eddie, how are you feeling? You are hungry? Try to look for white ants here on our way because we were really hungry, and walking back home was some long distance, but we found nothing. We just instead found these ones which are dangerous. And okay, last Friday the village children got their holidays, and today, after running our errand for our grandma, we decided to visit the village primary school. This village primary school is called Chitewele RC Primary School, and this is how the classroom looks like. So this is where the cooking happens from. They utilize this particular setup to prepare delicious meals for the village children when they come to school. This is where the saucepan sits, and these are other classrooms. You can see welcome to P6, welcome to P7. This is how P7 looks like inside. The chats can tell that the struggle is real. Trying to convince Edgar to cry because we literally came back home after our long errand, but there's nothing to do. Lots of smiles cover this day, and that marks the end of today's video. Bye bye.